still setting two plates on the table, watching the steam rise and then fade away, trying to prove that my spirit is able to make it through one more hollowed out day. The closet is half empty, a gap in the shelf where your sweaters once carried your scent. No, I'm just a ghost, a shell of myself, wondering where all the forever went. The silence is louder than the storms we weather. The anchor is heavy, but we're no longer tethered. And now I'm just breathing the dust of bleeding, watching the red turn to gray in the air. It's a slow motion crash, a soul that is receding into a room where you're no longer there. Every heartbeat's a fracture, a jagged edge lane. I'm tasting the iron of a love once divine. Just a handful of ashes, a hollowed out meaning, living on nothing but the dust of bleeding. I found your old watch in the drawer by the bed. It stopped at the hour you walked out the door. Now all of the I love yous we ever said, air scattered like glass on the hardwood floor. I try to sweep up the mess that we made, but the shards are too small and they cut through the skin. The colors of us are beginning to fade, letting the cold and the bitterness in. The walls are all closing, the ceiling is low. I've run out of places for a broken heart to go. And now I'm just breathing the dust of bleeding, crumble to dust. And the dust will it's in my lungs, it's in our veins. Nothing but the ghost of us remains. Just a heartbeat, just a shadow, just the dust. I'm walking through the gate we painted white. About the latches rusted shut against the cold. The sun is just a ghost of morning light, and the green is turning brittle, turning old. You used to press your palms against the earth, naming every sprout that dared to climb. Now I'm standing where we proved our worth, trying to pull the weeds of wasted time. The soil is dry, the rain forgot the way, and every petal's losing grip today. In this garden of faded, the colors are gone. I'm searching for traces of us in the dawn. The roses have surrendered, the lilies have bowed. I'm shouting your name, but it's never too loud. It's a graveyard of whispers, a harvest of sighs, where the blue of the summer just withers and dies. I'm left with the thorns and the shadows we braided, lost in the middle of a garden of faded.
The bench where we would sit is overgrown. The ivy choke the words we cut in wood. I'm harvesting the seeds that I have sown. I'd change the seasons for you if I could, but the lavender is gray beneath my feet, and the perfume of the jasmine's turned to salt. we, a silent monument to every fall. The sun is low, the shadows serve so long. I'm humming just the ghost of our last song. In this garden of faded, the colors are gone. I'm searching for traces of us in the dawn. The roses have surrendered, the lilies have bowed. I'm shouting your name, but it's never too loud. It's a graveyard of whispers, a harvest of sighs, where the blue of the summer just withers and dies. I'm left with the thorns and the shadows we braided, lost in the middle of a garden of faded. Winter's coming early to the vine, freezing everything I thought was mine. I'm trying to keep the last leaf from the ground, but gravity is the only thing I've found. The roots are dead, the ground is turning stone. How do I grow alive here all alone? Yeah, in this garden of faded, the colors are gone. I'm still searching for us, and then the ray of the dawn. The roses have shattered, the lilies have bowed. I'm screaming your name to a sky full of cloud. It's a graveyard of whispers, a harvest of sighs, where the light in my spirit just withers and dies. Left with the thorns and the heartbreak we braided, drowning in the middle of a garden of faded. Everything's gray, the garden of faded. I'm still waiting for the spring, but nothing grows. No, nothing grows here anymore. I'm retracing every footprint in the hall, but the floorboards only echo back your name. I've been staring at the cracks along the wall, try to find the person I can blame. The coffee's getting cold inside the cup, the way your hands went cold against my own. I'm waiting for the sun to wake me up, but I'm waking in a house that's made of stone. There's a fever in the marrow of my bones, a hollow frequency of dial tones. And the center of a heart of aching. I tried to find a bandage for the bruise, but the medicine just tastes like your goodbye. I'm a map of all the roads we never use. To be the gray and heavy lidded sky. You left a dent beside me in the bed that I'm filling with the letters I won't mail. Every bitter word that we should have left unsaid. It's the wind that's ripping through my only sail. The clock is ticking like a hammer on a nail, and every breath I'm taking feels like it's bound to fail. In this heart of aching, the walls are paper thin. I can't keep the winter from crawling underneath my skin. It's a rivet, heavy throbbing, a pulse that's out of time, like a desperate mountain climber who's run out of peak to climb. It's more than just a sorrow, it's a physical decay. It's the weight of every darling that we threw away. I'm breaking while I'm beating, I'm shaking while I'm waking, trapped inside the center of a heart of aching. It's not a sting, it's a dull and constant roar. The ocean hitting rocks upon the shore. You think a heart would stop when it's been torn in two, but mine just keeps on hurting just to stay in love with you. It's a muscle made of misery, a chamber full of lake. It's the only place you're living now that us is dead. In this heart of aching, the walls are paper thin, and I'm letting all the shadows and the winter in. The wind that's coming, burning, a pulse that's out of time, the ghost of every mountain that I thought we'd learn to climb. It's more than just a sorrow, it's a physical decay. It's the dead of every forever I can never pay. I'm breaking while I'm beating, I'm shaking while I'm waking, still dying in the center of a heart of aching. My heart of aching, it just won't stop ticking like a bomb, waiting for the silence. Just let it go quiet. Please go quiet. found it tucked inside a book you never finished, between the pages where the story starts to bend. A little gloss, a little light, now all diminished, the frozen evidence of how we didn't end. We're standing by the water, squinting at the sun. Your hand is in my pocket, keeping out the breeze. We look like people who had only just begun, not like a forest losing all its summer trees. The edges are curling, the color is turning to gold, a story of us that I'm still not prepared to unfold. It's a photograph of last, a silver halide ghost, the one where I am holding what I'm gonna lose the most, before the final curtain, before the bitter cold, before the I don't love you was the story to be told. I'm staring at the border, I'm searching for the crack, wishing I could jump inside and never wander back. It's a moment in a frame, while the future's moving fast, stuck inside the memory of a photograph last. I remember that the wind was tasting like the salt, and you were laughing at the way I fixed my hair. In this world of 4x6, there isn't any fault. There's no goodbye hanging heavy in the air. If I look close enough, I see it in your eyes, a tiny flicker of the gone you hadn't said. But in the light, it's hidden by the summer skies, before the us we knew was numbered with the dead. Now the paper is thin and the gloss is beginning to tear. I'm breathing in the chemicals and tasting your despair. It's a photograph of last, a silver halide ghost, the one where I am holding what I'm gonna lose the most, before the final curtain, before the bitter cold, before the I don't love you was the story to be told. I'm staring at the border, I'm searching for the crack, wishing I could jump inside and never wander back. It's a moment in a frame, while the future's moving fast, stuck inside the memory of a photograph of last. You can't hear the screaming in a picture on the wall. You can't see the way we're both preparing for the fall. It's a lie made of lightning, it's a beautiful deceit, making tragedy versatile, making bitter taste so sweet. I wanna burn the evidence, I wanna keep the flame, but I'm
just a lonely shadow crying at a picture frame. Yeah, it's a photograph of last, my favorite Holy Ghost, the one where I am holding what I've already lost the most. Before the final silence, before the winter cold, before it is over, was the only story told. I'm gripping at the edges until the paper starts to crack, knowing if I went inside, you'd never love me back. It's a moment in a frame while the future's moving fast, drowning in the colors of a photograph of last. The photograph of last. Smile for the camera. One last time. Hold your breath. Don't let it fade. But the light is going out. Just a piece of paper in a hollow hand. Last time. Hold, don't let it I'm listening to the walls, breathing the dark, the radiators humming a lonely little tune. I'm looking for a flame, but I can't find a spark, just the cold white stare of a winter moon. I reached across the bed to touch your arm, but I only found the ghost of where you used to lie. Now the silence is a siren, a quiet alarm that's ringing in the hollow of my one last goodbye. Every breath is a mountain, every step is a mile. I'm losing the memory of how you'd smile. And it's an aching heartbeat thumping in my chest, like a bird with a broken wing that cannot find its rest. It's a heavy riffing hammer hitting on a nail, in a body that is weary and a spirit that is frail. It's the sound of the empty, it's the pulse of the no, the steady thrumming echo of letting you go. I'm moving through the wreckage while the world starts to weep, to the aching heartbeat that won't let me sleep. The cafe where we had our first date, the chairs were all stacked and the windows shadows were blurred. I'm standing at the corner, I'm starting to hate. Oh, I'm still hanging on to your every last word. The doctor says I'm healthy, my blood is flowing fine, but he can't see the fractures and he can't see the scars. He doesn't know the rhythm of a heart that isn't mine. It's screaming at the ceiling and the indifferent stars. The clock on the mantle is a second too slow, mirroring the way that I'm forced to go. And it's an aching heartbeat thumping in my chest, like a bird with a broken wing that cannot find its rest. It's a heavy rhythmic hammer hitting on a nail, and a body that is weary and a spirit that is frail. It's the sound of the empty, it's the pulse of the no, the steady thrumming echo of letting you go. I'm moving through the wreckage while the world starts to weep, to the aching heartbeat that won't let me sleep. They say that thump thump means that you'll arrive, that it feels more like the struggle to barely survive. It's a physical bruise, it's a knot in the wire, it's a bucket of water, all a dying fire. Stop the counting, stop the time, stop the blood before I'm buried underneath this emotional flood. Yeah, it's an aching heartbeat breaking in my chest, like a soul that's been a victor and can never find its rest. It's a heavy winged hammer hitting on a nail in a story that was beautiful and destined to fail. It's the sound of the hollow, it's the pulse of the no, the jagged bitter rhythm of letting you go. I'm drowning in the static while the world starts to weep, to the aching heartbeat that I have to keep. Aching heartbeat, thump, thump. It's getting louder. Aching heartbeat, just a muscle, just a memory, just a ghost.
The sky is heavy, a bruised and swollen gray, as if it's been holding its breath since you went away. I'm standing on the porch where we used to watch the storm, back when your sweater was enough to keep me warm. Now the clouds are sagging, they're touching the trees, and I'm falling to the pavement, down on my knees. The first drop hits like a bullet to the chest, and I'm left to wonder how I failed the test. The thunder is a heartbeat that's lost its rhythm now. I'd fix what I broke if I only knew how. But the air is getting thicker and the light is getting low, and there's nowhere left for a lonely ghost to go. And here comes the tearful rain, trying to wash away the salt of the pain. It's pouring down the windows, it's flooding the street, like every goodbye that we had to repeat. It's cold and it's hollow, and it tastes like the sea, drowning the memory of who we used to be. Oh, the heavens are breaking, they're calling your name, caught in the middle of the tearful rain. The puddles are mirrors reflecting a ghost, the version of me that I hate the most. I see you in the ripples, then you're swept toward the drain, a watercolor masterpiece ruined by the rain. Every drop is a sorry that I never got to say, a million little regrets washing my world away. The garden is soaking, the roses are dead, just like the echoes of the things that we said. The lightning is a scar across a velvet black sky, and I'm still standing here asking the clouds why. The rhythm on the roof is a funeral drum, waiting for tomorrow that's never gonna come.
tearful rain. Drip, 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 drip. The clouds are running dry. Drip, drip, drip. But I'm still wet, and I still don't know why. Just a storm in a bottle, just a leak in the sky. The tearful rain. It's finally stopping. I'm leaning my head on the cold window pane, searching the sky through the streaks of the rain. The moon is a sliver, a ghost in the dark, but I'm looking for one specific little spark. You used to say that the stars were just eyes watching us dance under velvet black skies. But tonight there's a light that is flickering low, like it's losing the strength to keep up the show. The telescope's dusty, the lens is all blurred, just like the meaning of every last word. I'm charting the distance, the millions of miles between who we are and our old easy smiles. And I'm wishing upon a tearful star, the one that looks broken wherever you are. It's hanging by threads in the hollow of night, a lonely reminder of losing the light. It's blinking in sorrow, it's weeping in gold, for a story of us that will never be told. Yeah, the universe is crying, and it's traveled so far to land in my eyes from the tearful star. Do you see it from your side of this empty town? The way that the heavens are weighted and down. I used to feel lucky just sharing the air, but now I'm just breathing in cold and despair. The constellations are drifting apart like the jagged edge pieces of my heavy heart. Orion is lonely, the archer is blind, and I'm leaving the best of my spirit behind. on the tearful star, the one that looks broken wherever you are. It's hanging by threads in the hollow of night, a lonely reminder of losing the light. It's blinking in sorrow, it's weeping in gold, for a story of us that will never be told. Yeah, the universe is crying, and it's traveled so far to land in my eyes from the tearful star. Burnout or fate, it's all just the same. When nobody's left to remember your name, I trade all the planets and every sun to go back to the moment before we were done. But light takes a lifetime to reach where I stand, and in time that I see it, it's nothing but spark, help me find my way through the dark. But the light is gone. Yeah, the light is gone. Just a cold white dot before the dawn. I'm sitting on the suitcase that we never got to pack, and staring at the driveway, praying for a heart attack. You said the winter wouldn't last, that we'd see the cherry bloom. Now I'm just a skeleton in an empty, quiet room. The porch light's still burning, a yellow tired eye, looking for a silhouette against a charcoal sky. I've got the ring in my pocket, it's a heavy piece of stone, a permanent reminder of being here alone. The calendar is
till the tape began to fray, just to hear you tell me that you'd never walk away. It's a vintage kind of torture, a high fidelity lie, watching the very best of us wither up and die. The garden's overgrown now, the weeds are 6 feet tall, hiding the I love you that we carved into the wall. I'm a tenant in a temple that's been hollowed out and sold, waiting for a story that's already been told. The ink is disappearing from the letters on the shelf. I'm starting to feel like I'm a phantom of myself. I'm checking every doorway, I'm listening for the keys, but the only thing that's moving is the shivering of trees. And I'm waiting in the promises tonight, clinging to the ghost of a flickering light. You said forever, you said always, you said soon. Now I'm howling at the shadow of a saltwater moon. It's a beautiful prison, it's a sweet and slow decay, believing in the words that you threw all away. Yeah, the foundation is crumbling, but nobody knows. I'm lost in the promises where the cold wind blows. Break the vow, let me out, set the whole thing on fire. I'm tired of being tethered to a rusted old desire. You're 1,000 miles gone, or maybe just a breath, but these unkept words are a slow and quiet death. I'm starving for the truth, I'm starving for the no, but I'm paralyzed by maybe, and I can't let go. Tragedy, a long and slow decay, holding on to shadows while the world turns gray. The house is falling down and everyone knows I'm buried in the promises where the cold wind blows. You promised, you said, I'm still waiting, I'm still. The water is rising, it's up to my knees. I'm listening to secrets whispered by trees. The
The mud is a magnet, it's pulling my shoes, like the heavyweight anchor of the love that I lose. I remember the bridge where we stood in the sun before all the damage had finally begun. Now I've stepped off the edge, I've stepped off the bank, into the water where our promises sank. The current is steady, it's cold and it's deep. 1,000 old secrets the river will keep. I'm looking for solid, I'm looking for stone, but I'm just a drifter out here on my own. And I'm walking in the river against the flow, struggling to leave what I can't let go. The water is rushing, it's hitting my chest, looking for a place where a tired soul can rest. Every wave is a memory, every ripple's a tear, washing away everything I held dear. Shivering, shaking, starting to shiver, just a ghost in the current, walking in the river. The surface is silver, but the bottom is black. There's a voice in the wind that is calling me back, but the shoreline is distant, a thin line of green, a world that I'm losing, a life that I've seen. I see your face in the foam and the spray, then the white water carries the image away. I'm reaching for branches that break in my hand, forgetting the feeling of standing on land. The sky is a mirror of iron and slate. I'm fighting the water, I'm fighting my fate. The rhythm is jagged, the pressure is high, and I'm too tired to swim, but too stubborn to die. And I'm walking in the river against the flow, struggling to leave what I can't let go. The water is rushing, it's hitting my chest, looking for a place where a tired soul can rest. Every wave is a memory, every ripple's a tear, washing away everything I held dear. I'm shivering, shaking, and starting to shiver, just a ghost in the current, walking in the river. Let the tide take the anger, let the silt take the pain, let the rush of the water wash out every stain. I'm losing my footing, I'm losing my grip, watching the last of our history slip. It's deeper than sorrow, it's wider than regret, in a river of things starting to shiver, going under the surface, walking in the river. Bubbles in the dark, the pull of the deep, a long distance promise I couldn't quite keep. Just keep walking, just keep moving downstream. To the dream. I'm reaching out across the empty side of the sheets, where the cotton is cold and the moonlight retreats. I can still feel the ghost of the warmth you would leave, like a pattern of silk that's been burned in my sleep. The air in this bedroom, it's jagged and rough, like 1,000 sharp edges, and I've had enough of the way that the world feels so calloused and gray, since the gentlest part of me drifted away. I'm tracing the air where your shoulder while the weight of the iron settles deep in my chest. Oh, I'm missing your skin of soft, the only sanctuary I ever truly knew. Now the wind is a blade and the ceiling is aloft, and I'm shivering here in the absence of you. It was the velvet of a mercy, the lace of a dream. Now the fabric of us is ripped at the seam, in a world made of concrete and jagged edge locks. I'm dying for a touch of your skin of soft. I remember the way that the light used to graze the curve of your neck in those slow golden days. No armor, no distance, just a surface so fine. It made me forget all the bruises were mine. But now when I wake up, the blankets are coarse, and my heart is an engine that's run out of force. I'm touching the walls and I'm touching the wood, but nothing feels kind like I thought that it should. The porcelain's cracked and the winter is near, and the texture of lonely is all that is here. Oh, I'm missing your skin of soft, the only sanctuary I ever truly knew. Now the wind is over searching for the one flame that you used to sanctuary I ever truly knew. The sky is a hammer and the ceiling is a loft, and I'm freezing to death in the absence of you. It was the velvet of mercy, the lace of a dream. Now the memory of us is a silent, sharp scream in a world made of concrete and jagged edge lofts. I'm starving for the ghost of your skin of swords, your skin of swords. Like a petal on a grave, I can still feel the touch. Chase the air, I'm so tired of the sharp things. Please, just once more.